Hey, Warpugs. So, Dragon has put in the second part of the Martincitopants Factorio run, and we're going to check it out. Now, during the first one, we found out that water apparently stops all form of indigenous life, and trains full of artillery are absolutely awesome. And also, we found out how many times you can die to a supersonic train. What are we going to learn from this one? Okay. So, let's get into it. Let's have a little bit of fun. And guys, just remember, good times rhymes with war crimes. Let's get into it.
Good evening. Welcome back to Factorio.
Yay.
Last video we installed the space exploration mod, built a big old factory, laid waste to our enemies, constructed a rocket, and launched ourselves into the great beyond.
Yay!
In this video we expand even further. More death, more destruction,
Yay!
and more development of unprecedented risk management strategy through scalable microactions. In this video we won't just be going to space, but other whole planets. The entire solar system will not be spared from our reach. So, let us. But before we can continue, I must fulfill my obligations.
Yes.
Opera GX. That's right, this video is sponsored by Opera GX, the speediest gamer web browser you have ever seen in your entire life.
Okay.
Of these stinky web browsers vacuuming up all your RAM. Can't watch my videos in crystal clear 1440p because you're a Wikipedia goblin and forgot to close those 8,000 tabs about the most random shit imaginable, like the surname. Well, worry not. Opera GX is here to save. Download it now with my link in the description and use GX control. Stop sucking up my RAM. Done. Stop sucking up my CPU. Done. Stop sucking. No. You can easily download your 8 terabytes of smut. It doesn't interfere with your intense gamer session. Gentlemen,
Okay.
You can customize this browser to your heart's content. Dark mode, light mode. Force dark mode on every page so that this doesn't happen to you. And best of all, my very own wallpaper. Simply phenomenal. Fellas, we need to do some.
I seriously, the other day, I got a migraine when I was sitting here getting ready to record, and I could not do anything with it. I had to go lay down because it got so bad. I was trying to put together thumbnails, and it was just not happening. And every single time, anything brighter than absolute darkness was on my screen, it felt like I was getting punched in the face with a jackhammer. Continuously. No.
Very important. Download Opera GX. Click this button in the top right. Use custom wallpaper. Get more wallpapers. Download my wallpaper and rate it 5 stars.
Yes.
Opera GX told me to do this. No, this is purely for my own vanity. We are currently at 22 ratings, but we need to have more. Jay Schlatt has 194. Russian Badger has 272.
Oh.
And PewDiePie has 748. And we can do better. What are you waiting for? Each passing day, my ego must grow larger.
Yes.
If you download using my link, you get a small section from my past few uploads, so you will never miss a video ever again.
Yes.
And let's continue.
Go.
Now, you may be asking, Mr. Mart, why has it been over a year since the last Factorio video? Well, I've been lazy. But I do have some excuses. For one, Ben and I in our infinite wisdom decided that this perfectly good, albeit a bit laggy factory wasn't good enough, and we just had to restart.
Oh.
So we switched up the mods a bunch and spent another 100 hours building a giant factory. Huge production facilities, a totally necessary and not pain in the ass 8-lane train network, and a room full of the most precious resource. At around 100, we managed to get the first cargo rocket up and got ourselves into space.
Yay!
And then we were like, you know what? This world kind of stinks. I don't like the mods. Everything is too goddamn large. And generally it has an unpleasant vibe. So, once again in our infinite wisdom, we abandoned that world and started over again. So, of course, day 1. The crash landing.
Yes.
Space laser death rays, and setting up the starter base. Basic mining, basic smelting, red and green science, a blue 2021 Dodge Challenger, and most importantly, our text plates. Penis, and the Zaza. 2 hours in, things were going well. And then, we built an entire factory.
Yay!
I'm just going to say that this was an intelligent storytelling choice, and definitely not me forgetting to record anything for over 40 hours.
Yes.
During those 40 hours, we built a whole
Legit, I fully believe him.
factory. We constructed a runway for our brand new aircraft and covered it in poop. Tristan wrote a beautiful haiku. Okay. He developed a powerful addiction to cement, built some concrete production, and then was never heard from. ever again.
Okay.
These 40 hours of Factorio were done before I went to America to make this video, so I wasn't under any particular time pressure. But if I wanted to get this video out in time, things would have to get efficient up, which is a problem for me because if I play Factorio for too long, my brain goes woo, 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 woo,
Yeah, pretty much.
and I walk around in circles for hours at a time, doing nothing. And so, not wanting to dilly
I really relate to this. I relate to this on a fundamental level.
dally any further, Ben and I set our sights on launching to space.
Yay!
Day 2. Time to launch to space. Ben and I loaded up the cargo rocket with a bunch of supplies and did our maiden launch for the 3rd time. And...
Boys.
Space, baby! Up there to greet us was this asteroid covered in junk and a
Yeah?
bunch more useful stuff that we wouldn't be able to get for quite a while. So, after cleaning off the asteroid, we got to work on today's goal. Space science.
Okay.
Like all the other sciences, but space.
Yes.
While I was hard at work expanding our scientific capabilities, Ben busied himself with the construction of infrastructure.
I don't know. I have a better idea, Mark.
Building stuff in space presents a whole new type of logistical challenge.
Yes.
Where do I get materials? Well, there are a few options. Sending them up in cargo rockets, or using these. Delivery cannons. Delivery cannons do exactly what you'd expect. They shoot stuff into space. For them to work properly, we need a special chest for the goods to land in, and a way of telling them to turn on and off, so this doesn't happen. Deciding on which transport mode to use presents quite the
Okay, that is metal as hell. Okay? A cannon that shoots things into a trajectory to... That's metal as hell.
conundrum. Which items do we send via rocket? Is it worth sending the basic plates with delivery cannons, or is that impractical? Making things even more difficult was the fact that some items we got in space couldn't really be used up here, and had to be dealt with somehow. Ben, however, while trying to reconstruct the fish tunnel from our second base, gentlemen, the fish tunnel, found the perfect solution to that particular problem.
I don't know. Scrap in here.
Just fucking flinging it into space. So, after wiring everything together, building delivery cannon chests, making a transmitter and receiver, and setting up our little space science production, before we knew it, space science was done.
Yay!
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey, look at that.
This process takes a fair bit of energy. So, using our combined 3.5 brain cells, we did this.
It's really fucking impossible to walk.
We are intelligent Factorio engineers. Back down on Norvis, we had a few issues.
Okay.
For one, a coronal mass ejection. Our umbrella defense took all the power from the factory, causing a giant blackout, but none of our base was damaged, and one of the
Yay!
ceiling beams even barbecued some vitals.
Hey, there
Thumbs
you
up
go.
from me. Secondly, our flimsy walls were being eaten yet again.
I'm gonna take him on.
For us to work efficiently in space, and eventually on other planets, our defenses would have to be self-sufficient. What we needed to do was build a wall.
Okay.
Day 3. Oh no. Time to build a wall. If you cast your mind back to the previous video, we got
Yes.
away with minimal wall building because you could just build an impervious moat with everyone's favorite item, water fill.
Yes.
Of course, our peaceful moat building eventually turned into this. Well, the mod author, clearly having seen the utter shenanigans one can achieve with a bit of water fill, tragically put a stop to it.
No!
Truly a sad day for Bean Boys Incorporated.
Yes.
For this world, we decided not to use water fill since it's really not that fun, so instead, we had to build an actual wall with actual defenses. So we
Okay.
built an actual wall with actual defenses. Here's the blueprint.
Okay.
Some flamethrower turrets for the big damage, laser turrets to finish them off, and 2 layers of self-healing mending walls to keep out those to top it all off, we have straight sections, gay sections, and train stops for our
Really?
to come and visit when things need repairing. Now, what's the point of spending all this time designing and building a shiny new wall if it doesn't expand our territory? So, I hopped in the attack helicopter and expanded
Okay.
our territory.
Bean Boys Incorporated has come for your territory.
This is where our most powerful mod came into effect. And no, I'm not talking about the helicopter. I'm talking about the replacement of explosion sounds with vine booms. Once it was all said and done,
Really?
thousands of fighters had been laid off, evicted, and burnt to death, and our territory had been greatly expanded.
Yes.
Now, of course, let's build that wall. During construction, I had what some might refer to as a silly clown moment. To help speed things up, I'd been making good use of the jetpack, but the jetpack takes fuel, and I ran out. Rough. Walking all the way back was gonna take me ages, so instead of using my shit-ass legs, I handcrafted a Dodge Challenger in about half a second, and drove it back to base. Allowed us to research a lot of new things. New machines,
Growth facility. Specimens under a range of controlled conditions.
grows biological specimens. Me.
Yes.
But most importantly, everyone's favorite weapon system.
Yes.
Artillery.
Yes. What?
Well,
That
this all
was
works pretty well. Now that the base perimeter had been secured, it was time to expand the factory to other worlds.
okay.
Day 4. Seagull, the site of our next grand expansion. Seagull is a small moon rich in cryonite, the first resource that we can't just get on Novus. And cryonite, we would be needing.
Yes.
So to get started, I fired up the creative world and spent a few hours creating. Cryonite presents a bunch of new challenges. First of all, it's not practical to put the processing plant on Novus because cryonite ore only stacks to 20, which kinda makes moving it around a bit of a gigantic pain in the ass. But
Little bit.
cryonite rods stack to 200, and each cryonite
Nice.
rod takes 10 cryonite ore, so that's 100 times better.
Yes.
Well, to make the rods, we need heavy oil, and the only way for us to get that is with oil processing, so we need to make some oil processing. Then we
Okay.
also need a way to deal with the light oil and petroleum byproducts, so we turn this into solid fuel, and then since another step in the process uses steam, we use the solid fuel in a boiler to make our steam, but it doesn't need that much steam, so we boil off the steam in turbines, but the turbines only turn on when the solar panels don't produce enough energy, so we need a way of turning off the solar panels when we need to burn off the steam, and then that step that takes steam also produces water, so we need a way of making sure the water tank isn't full, and not to mention the fucking mountains of sand produced. Why is there so much sand? So yeah, it's already pretty complicated, and this
Okay.
is the simplest new resource. With all that being said, here's the blueprint. So, time for our next big venture.
Nice. Cargo. Very nice.
Before leaving, I had written out a comprehensive, exhaustive list of everything we would need.
Right.
Except, of course, cliff explosives,
Perks
substations,
needed.
construction box, and logistics bots. I forgot. I built a big solar field to power the base, sent it on the rocket with all the stuff I forgot, and then sat back and let our good old botters do all the hard work. After an hour, the facility was done, and we had made our first cryonite rods. Yes! To take them back to Novus, I built another rocket, another landing pad, and flew myself back home.
Yay.
There we go, boys. Cryonite was now available.
Yay.
The first thing we needed it for was making utility science. So I hooked it up to a delivery cannon, went back into space, stuck down a bunch more machines, and before I knew it, utility science was done.
Nice.
Yes! Finally, we could research logistics system, and the factory could grow even larger.
Yes.
Day 5. Time for the factory to grow even larger.
Yes.
Using our new logistics chest, we began reconstruction of our space base to use a bus design. And tragically, in the process of building our new bus, this happened. Oh.
What?
Oh no. Funnily enough, this train had not been touched for over 20 hours, and was still spinning. I finished up the side of our bus and rebuilt the science production to make a respectable 60 science per minute.
Nice.
Utility science was done. Now it was time for production science.
Yes.
Production science uses Volcanite, and so it was time for more creative world. Volcanite, like Cryonite, has its own set of unique challenges. First off, Volcanite stacks to 20, so once again we want to make it into Volcanite blocks.
Yes.
Volcanite ore goes into pulverizers, gets pulverized.
Oh my god. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in this. Holy crap. How do you even keep... I might not want to play this, guys. I might not want to play this. This would make my brain explode. This would seriously make my brain just implode with all the stuff you have to do. Holy crap.
The crushed Volcanite, enriched Volcanite, and even more fucking sand. The crushed and enriched Volcanite and then used in centrifuges with some added sulfur, which produces even more enriched Volcanite through a feedback loop. The enriched and crushed is then sent to industrial furnaces where it's combined with water and petroleum, which makes our final product Volcanite blocks as some steam, and the steam is put through a condenser turbine, which converts most of it back to water. Now this process is fairly complicated, but what makes it particularly difficult is the fact that planets with lots of Volcanite also tend to be waterless.
Lovely.
No water means we can't easily make the sulfur or petroleum, so those need to be shipped in. Or do they? Since we now have access to Cryonite, we can also
Okay.
freeze the water and ship it around that way. Water ice can stack to 200, and each ice holds 100 water, so every stack is 20,000. This is quite a good solution, because
Yes.
ice is almost free, and we don't have to ship any barrels, which is good, because barrels suck. While I was solving all this out in my head, Ben joined the creative world and decided to build some plutonium reactors.
Uh-huh.
Of course, seeing as we were in a creative world and had access to whatever we wanted, things very rapidly went off the rails.
Yes.
Plutonium atomic bomb. Alright, Martin, where the f are you?
Don't shoot this, please. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's gonna shoot fast, okay? Let me do it.
Oh, there they
Oh
go.
my god.
Jesus Christ. My screen is just white.
What are you...
Look.
What's with all the worms, Ben?
Martin, in game blueprints, if you ever need you should make a block of 23,000 worms. It's just fucking there.
Oh my god, that's a lot of worms.
A lot of worms. That's what that is.
Back in the game, we got a few things ready for our Volcanite expansion.
Why would you even do that? There's always one guy doing stuff like that.
And had a look around at the star map when we noticed an interesting structure
Oh.
in the asteroid belt.
Ooh.
Day 6.
Mm-hmm.
Agni, our chosen destination for Volcanite processing. But first, more creative world to try and wrap my head around cargo rockets. Okay, it's been a few hours. Mart, did you wrap your head around cargo rockets? No. This large amount of Factorio I had been doing was definitely getting to me. My initial plan of being efficient called for a schedule, short breaks every hour or two, frequent meals, but all of that went out the window once I started actually playing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, I could eat right now, but I'm almost done with my new smelter setup,
Right.
and I think I know which is more important. This game really is crack. Anyway, I still had a job to do, and today it was to go to Agni and get some goddamn Volcanite.
Yes.
I loaded up a rocket, this time remembering to bring the stuff I forgot last time, and flew over to our next big venture.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice.
I built another big-ass solar panel, stuck down 10,000 more accumulators because the day-night cycle is quite long, and once again, sat back and let the botters do all the hard work.
There you go.
After a few hours of bringing more stuff from Norvis, the blueprint was built, and Volcanite was finally being processed.
There you go.
So I took it back home, made a setup to make iron ingots, loaded it all on delivery cannons, built even more space machines, and what do you know? Production science was automated. Oh my god. It only took 82 hours. Production
What the hell? Yeah, this might not be the thing for me.
science let us unlock a bunch of cool stuff. Better inserter configurations, beacons, bigger bot cargo capacity, Covrix enrichment, and best of all, incendiary artillery shells.
Lovely.
These are like normal artillery shells, but spicier.
Yes.
And with that, I quit Factorio and went out with my friends to a nightclub. You know, for efficiency. After a rather solid night out, leaving the club when the lights came on at 4 AM and getting home at 5, I went to bed, got nowhere near enough sleep, and hopped back on Factorio.
Yes.
However, as you can probably imagine, the powerful hangover I was battling with left me playing Factorio like a complete brick. So, I wasn't going to do any...
I know that feeling too. I know that feeling way too well.
anything complicated. Just some simple upgrades. Productivity Module 3s, some Covrix processing, concrete production to fuel my incredible cement addiction, some upgrades for the science setups, and finally, designing and building a nuclear reactor that takes no inspiration whatsoever from this one by Zisto. Nope, none. They just happen to be quite similar.
Uh-huh.
No particular reason. I
Okay.
completed the day with some copper smelting expansion. Hey girl, are you a construction worker? Because you are building.
It simply just makes sense. It just makes sense though.
And right before I went to bed, I found this wonderful hidden text plate. Day 8. Our resources are running low. And that space we claimed on day 3, well, I think it could be larger. Right now, we need more copper. And while there's a little bit within our walls, there is much, much more just a little outside of them.
Uh-huh.
I think you see where this is going.
Yes.
It was time to expand our territory once again. I laid out a plan for a new wall, trying to use as much water as possible. But what's the point spending all this effort clearing out new territory if our wall is outdated and shit? So I hopped back into the creative world and built Wall version 2. For our new wall, I would be using some of our new upgrades. Each wall segment would have an artillery turret loaded with incendiary shells, but the main difference is in the train stops. The old system was dumb, but the new system is less dumb. This totally necessary big blob of combinators reads the contents
As long as it's less dumb every time, you're doing well.
these chests and calls the train when supplies run low. The main advantage of the new system is that once the station is built, the train will automatically come by, unload the materials and construction bots, and the bots will build the rest of it for me.
Nice.
The flamethrowers also now use napalm, since why not? Anyway, for us to actually build these walls, we would need
If you're gonna do war crimes, do them good. Just do them the best you can.
to clear out a lot of biters. So I hopped back in the attack helicopter and got to work on our next grand expansion.
Yes.
The first wall segment had been placed, and thousands of biters had been sacrificed for it to happen. I
Yes.
quickly stuck down some copper outposts, and the factory's blood could flow yet again. Day 9.
The spice must flow. The spice must flow.
I wasn't done. Gentlemen, it was time to build the rest of the wall. To
Yes.
build it, I'd have to clear out thousands and thousands of biters. So, wanting to do things efficiently, I ran some tests. The attack helicopter was great, but it needed lots of rockets and it had health, so it could die. Oh, no. And while it was very fast, it could be faster. Introducing the Flying Fortress, one of the vehicles of all time. More health and faster speed. Surely this would be better than the helicopter.
No.
Nope. And airplanes have this little quirk where if you go below a certain speed, they go, I don't want to fly anymore, and they land. So, inevitably, while delivering high explosive rockets from the safety of my plane, I flew too slow, the plane landed itself, and I got mauled to death by an angry mob. No. Next up was our new incendiary artillery,
Yes.
which proved to be much more effective. Using
Looks like
manual
it.
targeting, I could clear entire giant nests in a few seconds. Even better, I could use the helicopter to get to an island, stick down the turrets, and rain death behind an impervious barrier of water.
There you go.
This was great, but it could be even better.
Okay.
Introducing artillery shells that are atomic bombs.
We have reached this stage now. Guys, thank you for joining me for this. We have reached the stage where we now have nukes, and we're going to employ them without mercy.
Our arsenal was perfected, the blueprints were ready, and Operation Poop Shit was a go.
Yes. Nice. Very. Okay.
Oh, Ben, I found the resonant frequency of my room. Would you like to hear the resonant frequency of my room?
Let's go.
And would you look at that? The biters are all dead, and the wall is all built.
Yes.
Holy shit, I think that's it. In total, it took me about 13 hours of pure killing, paving, and building to get here. But it was definitely worth it, because safety and security had finally, for real this time, been achieved.
Yes.
Day 10.
Yes.
With our borders more secure than ever, it was time to continue on our galactic conquest. Ben and I, again seeing that spaceship in the asteroid belt, decided to hop in a rocket and go get it.
Go get it. Yeah.
Alright, here it is, Ben.
Test looking nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
3,
probably-
2, 1, launch. Oh. And engage. Oh shit.
That.
Very nice.
Oh, there we are. We're in Novice. I'm gonna go down here.
Very nice.
I'm fucking
That was
stuck
sick.
on this solar panel.
That's actually so cool. It's called the Cum Wagon.
Yeah.
Rather than hide our successful bootstrapped spaceship experience, we scoured the star map for anything else interesting. And we found something interesting. An alien pyramid structure poking out of the ground on the surface of Agni.
Yes.
So, Ben and I headed over to Agni to take a look. There it is.
Yeah,
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, shit.
Oh, there's gonna be another one? Yes. We must have more of this. We must have more.
Thanks once again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Download them from the link in the description and the pinned comment.
Guys, that game looks addictive as all hell. And the thing about it is, on top of that, oh my god, the amount of stuff that you can do in there. One of the things that I've always liked is games that allow you to build at your own pace, at your own style, set up your own things like that. The biters add a whole different set of parameters to the game that might be fun to explore, but at the same time, oh my god, guys. The amount of stuff that you have to learn how to do in that game, the learning curve must be 10 miles long. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's just flat out you just start putting stuff together and you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B. This is a game that I'd like to try out. I still would like to try it out, but I'm a little bit worried about how much stuff is in it. That's just me. I'm a little bit concerned, my guys. Well, Warpugs, I hope you enjoyed this little trip into madness with Martincitopants. There's going to be a third of this. I don't know if it's already out. I have no idea. Get yourself ARPA GX. I'm going to be putting that in that promotion in the description down below. I can't speak English today. It is just the way it is, guys. Just check that out. I am going to be working on some stuff a little bit later tonight. I'm not sure if this is going to be the only thing I'm actually doing tonight. But this weekend, I'm definitely putting out a video on the new channel. And I cannot wait to get that started. Until then, you guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And check the description down below for all the links from Martincitopants, as well as myself. If you guys like to support the channel, the best way to do it is just to hit the like button. And leave a comment. I'm going to head out. I will catch you guys next time. Boat. Just boat.